There's a bit of a big storm that's just landed, and everyone's a little bit upset and scared. Things are being blown. I better put them somewhere where they won't blow away. Sunny and Tux are hiding safely in their little hidey hole in the storeroom. Loki is running around catching flower petals, and Tobias is asking to come inside. Shame, poor boy. But they're very safe in there, in their little storeroom. It's really hectic. At the moment it's just wind, but more rain coming. Hello and welcome to this week's video. The last 2 weeks have been cold, rainy and super windy here, so getting things done has been rather tricky. Happy Easter to those that celebrate. Boa Páscoa. I looked over some footage of last year, Easter time, and I was running around in t-shirts and it was already really warm by Easter time last year. And this year we've got some freak storms, there's snow back on the mountains and things are really still quite cold. The good news is we've been getting so much rain though, so I think it's going to be a good year for the agriculture. In this week's video, I do manage to at least get 2 things done. One, which is getting my new harvest bottled, and I'm going to try that with you today. And the second is getting some weeding done in the courtyard that was desperately needed. As you can see, the rest of the farm also really needs it, but that's going to have to wait until we have better weather. Thank you for watching.
This is Girl Meets Farm.
Possibly time to get trimming the land. You can even see my daily walking route. But you can barely see the dogs over the height. Isn't this the weirdest phenomenon? The grass is just fallen flat overnight. Yeah, it's probably because it was so tall and the wind was just so hectic coming through here. We've had such a plague of slugs this year because of the increased rain, I think. It's really difficult to even just walk somewhere. They're everywhere. And they look like big giant poos. They're so gross. While it was not coming down with rain, I decided to tackle the outside courtyard because those weeds had to go. guys are gonna help me. Maybe not. Better. Definitely better. I still have this one section to do, but lots better, I think. I've been itching to finish these projects, but so many of them are dependent on me doing little things outside in order to continue the process. And that's just gonna have to wait for better weather. I got one more thing ticked off my list. Wanted to get that up before the kitchen gets put in. So that's really exciting. Obviously it warms and makes nice and cool for the summer, the approaching summer months. So that's really exciting that that got done. And they did such a good job of putting this up. It's nice and neatly done. It's the same team that did the other side. I'm really happy with them. The gate can still open easily. It's out the way. And it's all neatly cabled away. I had to work quite carefully because that's the main electrical wire coming into the farm. And this, we realized, are probably all electrics that goes to the outside box, meter box. So yeah, some careful work, but really, really good job. And finally, 6 months after harvest, it was that time again. Prepping the wine bottles for bottling day. This year I decided to clean these bottles and sterilize them a little bit differently, as I thought perhaps my process of the previous year had some influence over the issues I had with all the yeast in the bottles potentially. So I wanted to try something different. I boiled freshly bought bottled water to clean and sterilize all of these bottles this year. I think these guys are enjoying the box a lot more. They've literally all had a turn in the box now. It's hilarious. Today I've got all my bottles ready and I'm just about to head out to Kila Farm because today we're going to be bottling the wine. Okay, you want to sip it? Well, you've tasted it already.
It's alright. It tastes different to
Alright. I'll go last. Well, you can't really catch my germs.
Two types.
We got two types, what, in one container?
We actually, no, they're in separate containers. We have 6 types of wine. We have this one,
Yeah.
we have this one,
Yeah.
and we have special blend. 90% this, 10% this.
Okay.
We have one that's 80% this and 20% this.
Okay.
And one that's 70% this and 30% this, and we can continue on and make as many different types of wine as you want.
Oh, because we're going to be bottling them between the things today.
We could do, but I suggest once we've both tasted the individual ones, let's taste some blends and create our
Okay.
personal blend.
Sounds like fun.
My suggestion for ease would be to mix them all together into the vat and have one.
Oh. Oh.
That's that one.
Okay.
Where are our bottles in the car? Oh, yeah, all of them.
Smells real fruity.
Say hello to Lawrence's lovely mother. Hello, lovely mother. Lawrence, who is cooking us a feast for our meal lunch.
That's very different to last year.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's a lot more fruity.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alright, so trying, this is the blend.
The blend.
The 5th year vintage.
Yeah.
2023 vintage.
It's a fine vintage. I actually really like this.
I like the blend. The blend is
I don't want to
smoother.
Oh no, I'm wearing shoes.
We eventually ended up doing more or less a 50-50 or 60-40 split between the two barrels, which I think tasted really nice. She's really good at this, actually.
This is my bottle. Final bottle, guys!
Take some out of that because that
Oh,
was
wait,
slow.
wait.
So you just have to hold it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ready? Yeah. Alright. Oh, right.
Okay.
Yay! Push it down? Yeah.
Nice! Good job. I'm determined to get this wrong. So here we go. Moment of truth. Now it's been about 2 weeks since bottling, and wine likes to rest 2 to 3 weeks to prevent it from going into bottle shock when it gets bottled. So I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be okay to drink, but let's check. It smells really good. color is really good this year. The color was really good with the previous year's harvest as well. It's maintained its beautiful fruity nose. If you're wondering what happened to the year before's harvest, unfortunately I was not even able to drink it. The bottles were very inconsistent and all I could taste on the wine was yeast. With this harvest and with the winemaking process this year, our winemaker had actually done an extra clean of the barrels in between so that it can even lessen more of the yeast. So I'm really hopeful that this is going to be one that I can drink. Here we go. I'm still tasting quite a bit of yeast in the wine, not as much as the previous year, but there's still a lot of yeast in here. Just want to add in here that the wine is totally drinkable. I just have an incredibly sensitive palate, especially for wine. Unfortunately, the year before last had so much yeast in. I was hoping that it would continue to ferment in the bottle over time so that it would become more drinkable. Some of the bottles I would be able to drink, or I was able to drink, but most of them it was just not to be. This, I'm not sure. This is definitely better than the year before, but I'm still tasting a lot of yeast in this wine, which to my palate is not particularly drinkable. But I'm gonna see, I'm gonna try another bottle in another week or two and see if it's any better. It could just be bottle shock, but let's see. So just to compare numbers for year-on-year harvests, I made some notes here. In my 22-year harvest, 2022, I harvested 174 kilos of grapes. And I think I got around 40 bottles of wine from that. Now keep in mind that the winemaker's due is 50% of the wine that he produces. So he takes 50% of my wine, which means that I would have had 80 liters of wine, but I got 40 liters for that year. Same process this year. So this year I had 293 kilos, which was 119 kilos more than the year before. And from that I got 64 liters of wine, which actually means that it would be 128 liters of wine. Again, the winemaker takes 50%, so my take home is 64 liters of wine, which is still really good. But that improvement year on year was just phenomenal, and that was only due to getting more rain. Now this year we've even had more rain this spring, so I'm really excited to see what the vineyard produces this year. Cheers to another harvest and another wine bottling.